robust urban garlic flavor.
Welcome home.
Hello everybody, we are back and we have yet another instance of Phil making a big deal out of absolutely nothing. Yes, I kid you not. He has to find something to complain about, so he's a little salty today.
Here we are. Much better. Yep. So, I was in here doing a hell of a lot of work during my days off. Shall we just talk about these now, get them out of the way? So, basically, here's the deal. I had a couple days off, but they weren't fun. That's for sure. I wish they were. I wish that I was having fun. I wasn't. Basically, what happens is after a while, you have to get caught up, right? And I was backlogged on a bunch of stuff. I had a whole bunch of appointments that I had to do. And basically, I tried to get them all in one day, which I managed to get 2 of them in one day that were very hard to wrangle, but I got them. I had to work on my taxes, and I had a few other things to do around the house. So basically, these last couple of days, did I get to spend some time with Kat? And relax a bit? Yeah, I did, and we actually had a couple nice meals.
But you know, I'm still going to take this opportunity to complain about something because I just like being whiny.
So that was nice to not have to cook for a couple of days. But to be honest, it just wasn't relaxing. I wish it was.
Phil, nothing you do is relaxing at all. You have a habit of stressing yourself out over nothing.
So the first day was appointments day. So I was out and about almost the whole day sitting around waiting to do stuff and then doing it quickly and then on to the next and waiting and then doing stuff. And I had to go do grocery shopping and all of that. And that took up more than half my day. You know, yes, I was able to have dinner with my wife and spend a little bit of relaxing time at night, but it was pretty frustrating. Okay. Then yesterday, luckily, because I got all the stuff done that I had to do to go out to do, yesterday I stayed home, but I was literally in this room for like 8 hours. You know, essentially I was just doing taxes and a few other backlogged things that I needed to do, but mostly working on my taxes for the year, which it's a necessary evil when you are self-employed and you run your own business. You have to do your taxes right. And there's a lot to do. There's tons of stuff to keep track of. I will say this, okay? Most comfortable I've ever felt doing my taxes because for the first time ever, I'm in a nice studio office setup. This chair is incredibly comfortable. I have 2 monitors. So I actually had my giant spreadsheet over here on my ultra widescreen monitor here, and I had all the data on this, and I was transferring the data into the spreadsheet and calculating numbers and doing all of this stuff. So it was a grind. It took a lot of time, but I got it all done in one day, which is good because a lot of the times, if you're someone who's, you know, followed me for years, you know, sometimes I have to take 2-3 streams away in order to do it. And this year, I got it done all in one day. Not to say that they won't come back at me with questions and things, and I have to answer them and do more work, but the majority of the work that I need to do is done. So that's relieving, and now I can just move on and just play games and stream and have fun, and not have to worry about, oh no, guys, guess what? I have to stop doing what I'm doing now because, you know, I have to do more tax work now and this and that. No, I should be good.
Yeah, he should be good, but here's him giving you an entire list of reasons why he needs to be pitied and stuff like that.
All right, so I'm happy about that. I was nervous that it was going to take too long, and it was going to be a pain in the butt, and I was going to need multiple days off, but I didn't. I got it all done in the one day. But it just wasn't a good day. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in here and grinding numbers all day.
Yeah, so pity me. I couldn't goof off. I had to do adult things. You gotta give me money, or you gotta reward me for all my hard work that I put in behind the scenes to give you this garbage and to gaslight you every single day.
And by the way, it's warm now. Like outside right now, it's in the 50s, and it's gonna remain in the 50s every day with full sun a lot of these days. So this room heats up in the afternoon. So I was sitting in here sweating, trying to work on my taxes. The good news is I'm changing my wardrobe. As you can see today, I'm wearing shorts for the first time of the year, and I will be wearing shorts pretty much every day all the way through into early fall until it cools down again. And then I'll be going back to pants and long sleeve shirts again. But for now,
I'm going to waste your time with this pointless explanation of the weather because I don't have anything else to talk about and I just want to stall for an hour and a half.
I got to go with short sleeve stuff. I can't. You know, if I wear long sleeve now, I'd be hot. Right now, it's already 77 degrees and the sun's coming out. So it's going to probably be in the 80s while we're playing Dragon Quest this afternoon. So
pity me by giving me all your money.
Yeah, I got it all done, but I really wish that it was relaxing and fun, and it wasn't. I need some time to spend with my wife that's not busy work. You know what I'm saying? Like some time to actually go do some fun stuff. So we got to talk about that maybe in a couple of weeks or something. I don't know. Because the thing is, with all the stuff coming up, my birthday marathon and everything, it's like, ugh.
Yep, you heard it here first, folks. Celebrating his birthday is very stressful for him because he's playing video games on stream and begging for money.
Well, still can't plan anything yet, but the other thing is, coming up, we're going to have some other things we need to do, and, well, we got to plan for that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how he plans to get you to part ways with your hard-earned dollars.
We'll see how it goes and go from there. But I'm glad that it's over with, you know? And the funny part was, all right, with my coverage of Crimson Desert on Thursday, the way that I covered it on release day, because I played of it, because I got my logical answer of if I was going to like the game or not, and because I made my 5+ hour gameplay review, I was able to take 2 days off, come back, and the channel actually has done well. Like, the channel has had increase of eyes on it. The videos, if you haven't noticed, I don't know if you guys have taken a look, but the videos did incredibly well. The review that I put out has... I mean, I say it's a review, but it's more like a first look, honestly, because it's only about 5 hours of gameplay that I did. But it's got over 7,500 views and climbing on it within 2 days. The gameplay, of course, the part where I rip apart the combat and show how bad it is, has over 5,000 views. So, I mean, it worked pretty well. You know, putting that content out right before I had the 2 days off. People started checking out the channel in droves. I got a bunch of new subs. I got a ton of engagement.
Yeah, apparently I missed like a crash out or something because he was very mad at this game. What he's not going to gather from that is that he should be doing reviews. He did a review, 7.5 thousand views, but he's looking at it, hey, this gameplay section got 5,000 views when I usually get like 500 views. I'm going to keep uploading nonstop gameplay. And it's like we've seen the evidence present itself over the years that the unedited gameplay is not a viewer thing, but he's like, oh, I got 5,000 today. That means it's basically 50-50. Every video I post from now on is going to get that. No, it's not going to work that way. And more likely than not, it was people coming there to laugh at your stupidity like it always is.
Of course, a lot of it is toxic idiots coming off of, you know, social media communities. You know, the sissies who all they do is listen to what other people tell them, and their favorite creator kissed the game's butt, so now they got to come and be like the White Knight Defense Force for it.
Oh boy, the idiot is getting LARPed on. He doesn't get that nobody cares. Oh my god, he is so thin-skinned. Now here we go, rant time.
Listen, as I've said many times over the years, it's very simple when it comes to me and my coverage of games in the modern era. I don't benefit by saying a game is good. I don't benefit by saying a game is bad. I'm honest. And that's why I have 18 years of longevity and why people still check me out to this day. It is a much smaller group of people, but it's still a group of people who come by and want to hear my opinions on games just like this one, right?
Yikes. Here we go. Nobody cares, Phil. Get over it. Whenever you present an opinion, there are going to be people that do not like it. How do you not understand this after being online for 18 years? You are so dumb.
In the case of Crimson Desert, here's a game dev that thinks they know what they're doing, but all they've ever done is MMOs. So when they try to make a single player game, they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. The game is not satisfying in any way the moment that you pick up the controller and try to fight something, and that's half the game. So your world is beautiful. Great, I'm glad. Your stories seem decent. So far, they did. The missions and the story seemed interesting, right? You had a ton of side content. Good for you. Horse riding seems good. Traversal, cool. Puzzles, not so bad. Graphics, honestly, I don't think they're bad. A lot of people are criticizing Crimson Desert for its graphics. I thought that they were good. But the moment that I go to fight and the fight is boring or annoying, that doesn't solve a purpose. The purpose of a game is entertainment. If when I go into a fight, I'm bored to tears because everything is just hold a direction and hold a button and do auto combos, that's not good. That's boring. That's not rewarding. It doesn't feel like you ever have control of the character. I'm falling asleep. Then I go to fight the boss, and you've changed the entire combat engine. Now none of that works. You expect me to now learn certain special moves like it's a puzzle boss? What is it, Mega Man? I need to know the boss's weakness in order to beat it? No, stupid. That's not fun. It's 2026. And that's what these developers don't realize. They took an MMO, they turned it into a single-player game, but they didn't change it enough to feel like a single-player game. They expect you to waste dozens of hours grinding, leveling, before you can even fight a single boss. That noise. That means there's delayed satisfaction, delayed enjoyment. You're delaying. I want enjoyment now. Why? Because I bought your game. So either you give me fun now, or you fail.
Yeah, you see, Phil is not a fan of delayed gratification whatsoever. He must be paid instantly right now. He's made this abundantly clear for years. So him having to wait for something, he can't handle that.
Guess what? Crimson Desert failed. That's its own fault. And tons of people agree with this point. They are criticizing it on the internet. There's a huge gap right now in what people think. A lot of people are kissing Crimson Desert's butt and saying it's great. And you know what? If you are okay with that combat engine, I actually tend to agree with you. As I said in my mini review, everything about the game actually is quite good. My problem is the combat. If the combat was actually satisfying, I might have actually loved the game, because everything else about the game I was very much enjoying. Okay? I'm really having a great time.
I never understand why he does this, because when push comes to shove, it always shows you that he hates the game. He's just saying, oh, for like the 3 people that may be offended in my audience, nobody cares, Phil. Nobody cares whether you like or dislike the game. Get over yourself. He's so worried that he's going to be losing money over his opinion.
But the combat sucks. And like I said in the mini review, I'm not going to spend dozens of hours grinding away in this game to beat a single boss, because that's not fun. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of my viewers' time. Okay? The game should have fun parts before you have to waste and invest dozens of hours. If it doesn't, that's a failure of the game developer. What have we been talking about is a big issue with games recently? Pacing, right? Take a look at a game like Crizzle, the other game that I heavily criticized a couple months ago. Crizzle is a game that when it showed you the game trailer, it showed a variety of enemies, a variety of abilities, and all this gameplay. I played the game for 3.5 hours, and there was only one enemy type. None of the stuff in the trailer existed in the game, so I rightly criticized it. And then the publisher came to my video and left a comment, you should play longer, to which I responded,
That's funny that somebody worked on the game. It was probably an indie game, let's be real. Hopped into DSP's video that got like 200 views. It's like, hey, maybe you should play the game more. Because he's probably like one of the only 3 people playing it. Hey, you know, that's going to make Phil feel very self-important.
you should just put the fun stuff first. Don't make the gamer grind away wasting time to get to something fun. You have to give me the hook right away so I know this game is worth investing my time. I'll put 100 hours into your game if I'm having fun all along the way, not if every 20 hours I have a moment of fun. And that's Crimson Desert. It's get immersed in this world, but every time you fight, be bored. Every once in a while, get a new ability. Then you can finally go fight the boss and get a feeling of a satisfaction. Well, I don't want to wait 10 to 20 hours to feel satisfied. I want to feel it while I'm playing the game. That's why I bought it. So if I don't get what I'm looking for in a game, entertainment, then I don't like it. And I have a right to criticize it. If you enjoy the grindy nature of Crimson Desert, if you think that playing 15 hours to unlock level 3 of the Palm Strike so you can stun lock the boss and finally beat him is fun, then good on you. Go play it. I expressed that in my review. That it's not for everyone, it's certainly not for me, but maybe there will be people who enjoy it. It's the good thing about life. Different people like different things, different strokes for different folks.
Hey, Phil, let me tell you something. The people leaving the comments were like the LARPers, like the sissies that you call them or something. Why even taking heed of what they say and crashing out about it? This makes no sense.
But today, a lot of people are simpletons. They think that it's black and white. Either this game is the best game ever made or the worst game ever made. Well, that's not the case. This game is for a certain audience, and it ain't me. I'm not wasting any more time on it. If you want to spend $70 on a game that makes you play 15 hours to beat the first boss, have fun. Not me. I want some fun before that. Like, even some of the hardest games ever. Think about this. Elden Ring. Here's what I want you to think about. Elden Ring. The moment you start playing Elden Ring, you walk out of that initial starter building, and right outside of that starter building, there is a boss. Now, it's an optional boss. You don't have to fight it, but he's standing right fucking there. Now, I want to ask you a question. Is that boss beatable? Yes. It's beatable right there at the beginning of the game. Do you want to know how I know that? Because I beat it. I stood there and said, I'm not even going to leave till I beat this first boss. And everyone yelled at me and said, what are you, crazy? You're underleveled. You don't have better equipment. You don't have enough health. You'll never beat that boss. And I said, yes, I will. And I know why, because this is a FromSoft game. And FromSoft games have sound game mechanics where I can just learn the pattern of this boss. And it may take me a while. I may have to whittle him down. I'll beat him. And guess what? I beat him. It took 2 hours, but on that very first stream, people's jaws dropped and said, DSP just beat that insanely overpowered boss at the entrance gate of Elden Ring that everyone else ran away from. That's impressive. People loved it. Why was I able to do it? Because the game mechanics were fair, the game mechanics were well designed, and it was fun to learn, adapt, and beat.
Yeah, and it bored his audience to tears. He just could not do anything else because it was right in front of him. He couldn't move on. He had to chase the dragon, and it was boring. But you know, everything he does is boring.
Now compare that with the first optional boss of Crimson Desert. Impossible to beat unless you go grind for dozens of hours. You need a crutch to beat it. The game's combat sucks. Deal with it. Now, I'm done with the game. I'm not going to play it anymore. And that means that I need to find something new for the schedule for this week. Okay? And I will. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Okay? And the truth is that absolutely anyone has a right to have an opinion and to play a game the way that they want and to enjoy it at their own pace. All those things are true. Sadly, I hate to say it, in the modern day, there's a bunch of people who are just idiots. And they actually believe that, like, they can meme on the internet and they think that their memes superimpose over someone's right to enjoy a game or criticize it. It doesn't.
Here we go. Phil getting upset because the attention he's getting is not from new viewers, but it's LARPers and trolls. Congratulations, Phil. You built your own hit right here.
Just because you have a online social community of people who circle each other, you know, the social rejects who sit online all day and all you do is, you know, meme, it doesn't mean you're right. It just means you're stupid and that you need a group behind you to feel like you're somebody. Well, I don't. I can stand out and say, I've been playing games for 18 years on the internet. I know what's good and what's not, in my opinion. I can share my opinion, and there's people who respect it. That's why I'm still here after 18 years. It's that simple.
But to this day, the guy still hasn't figured out that it would be more worthwhile posting anything besides raw unedited gameplay to his main channel.
So, I want to say to everyone who watched the content over the last few days, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I got a ton of people who shared with me that they're happy that I was transparent and that I was honest, that I didn't sugarcoat the game, or that I didn't basically say that the game was horrible, because I could have done that. I could have said Crimson Desert's the worst game ever. I just over-exaggerated everything. But I didn't do that. I was very honest with the audience and said, listen, there's tons of things about the game that are good. It's just this one thing, the combat, that's what's awful. And I don't think it's worth $70 if you have to waste your time to beat bosses and things. That's stupid. Okay? Some people understood that and respected it. And I want to say thank you to anyone who still sticks around and hangs out with me and understands that's where I'm coming from when I'm being honest with my content. Like, I don't have anything to gain, so I'm not going to lie or exaggerate. I'm just going to be transparent with you. But a lot of people don't like that. They don't want people being honest. They want to feel like they're part of a cultural movement or a meme. That's more important to them than actually getting information about something. I want to think how stupid that is. You'd rather be ignorant than be informed just so you can laugh with a crowd. But you're the idiot. You're the ignorant one. You're the one who thinks something is true that's not, because you refuse to see the truth of the situation, because all you want to do is laugh at something. So you're a buffoon. You're a jester. You're a clown. That's your existence in life. That's what you want to be? I mean, I can't stop you. You know what I'm going to say? It can't stop you from being stupid. But
yeah, so once again, we have DSP not understanding that he's a lolcow and how it defines the situations he finds himself in. Dude, most of these people are not serious, and if they are serious, when they're engaging with you, they are just jabbing you to joke with you. So just throw everything they say out of the window, because they're just trying to get a rise out of you. Because everybody knows when they deal with you seriously, you're not going to deal seriously seriously with them. So they're just going to mess with you because that's the only thing that they get out of you that is meaningful, because they find it funny. Your takes are interesting to them. You were there to be the joke. That's on you. That's what you've built up. So get over it and just ignore it. But you really can't help yourself because you love feeding the trolls. All right, everybody, this is Robust Clown Garlic turning out the station. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Deleting all these idiots who sent friend requests, but is there an African nation outside of my house?